I picked this up for free the other day. It looked like a good project, but why do I keep doing this to myself? Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Kyle. The channel is called Kyle by the Creek. The other day, I saw a free tractor for sale on Facebook Marketplace. I reached out. Turns out I know the seller, and we worked out a time for me to come by. I picked it up, and I brought it back home, and here she is. To be honest, I've never heard of a PYT 9000. It's a Craftsman Professional series. It's got a 26 horsepower V-twin Briggs, the 724cc. Yeah, hood is a little weird. Tires are absolutely brand new on the front, so that's pretty awesome. It is rough and ragged, especially in the mowing deck area. Everything looks there and it doesn't look rotted out, but it is dirty. The whole thing is absolutely filthy. Seat is kind of wrecked. So my friend who got this originally, he got it as a project and then couldn't really ever figure it out. I got it home and jumped the starter, and she runs. At least it did run. I got it down here and then it stopped. There's some weird things with like butt connectors, and there's this thing. But the thing that doesn't work is the key switch. Doesn't work at all. And the solenoid's back here, so I'm thinking we're gonna swap out a solenoid right away. But we have a battery. It does charge the battery when it runs. So we got a really good bones for a project here. It's a mess, but you know, like everything, hopefully it doesn't need too much. Just kind of the regular, you know, rehab revival. So let's see if we can jump start it again and get it back up top to the shed, pull it into the shed, and we'll start working on it. So if you ever have a project tractor that you know it needs some work but you want it to run, best thing to do, just like quick and easy, is hook up a jumper to the starter, the red, you know, the positive, and then to the negative side just ground it out to like a bolt, like I did this bolt here, like on the frame. Your starter will spin. Make sure your key is turned to the on position, and then you'll have spark, and the thing should run if the engine is a runner, you know. And that's at least one way to know like you have a project on your hands. So that's what I'm going to do here. So you'll watch me do it, but just to explain it a little bit before I go ahead and try it. Don't forget to set your parking brake too. And I'd like to put it in full choke. Maybe we ran out of gas the other day. That might have been the problem. Well, we have a little bit of gas. Well, like I said, it did run. Kind of seems like we lost spark now. Well, I just pulled the fuse from over by where the solenoid is, and it's blown. So I don't know if that would keep me from sparking. I think that would just keep me from engaging the anti-backfire solenoid. I don't know. So anyway, gonna just simply swap in a new fuse here. Well, I put that fuse in and it blew right away. So yeah, we got a little bit of an issue there. As you can see, I blew a couple here, but I figured it out. I'll show you. So the headlight wires were grounding out on the frame. They got melted, so we kind of wrecked those things, but they were touching the frame up there. So yep, we'll have to figure that out, but I think we can kind of position them there maybe. And I can hear the solenoid clicking, so we're not blowing fuses anymore. So it should fire off now. let's try that again, this time with the wiring harness plugged back in. Because, you know, those sort of things are important. It wants to go. Doesn't want to fire off right now. I can hear it trying to pop. So I might need some starter fluid. All right, I added a little starter fluid to the intake. See what happens there. Oh, sort of thinking about running there. I think we got a really dirty carburetor here. This might be a hard trip up the hill. The solenoid kills at the solenoid. All right, clearly it's a project. So we have the original solenoid taken off, and I hear a little bit of clicking, but it's not doing what it should. Here's another one. Should be doing that. So I'm gonna put this one in. Okay, electrical update. I figured it out. So this needs to be grounded. I kind of just like placed it here, and then where I think this is supposed to go is probably like right here, you know. But we also had a bad key switch, so this was kind of tricky to diagnose. So I popped out the harness, threw in a different key switch, and then with the parking brake down and that grounded, we get cranked, the engine turns over, and it fires. Well, like, I didn't really test it too much. It fired for a half second. So this sort of MTD style has this whole thing for a key switch, but I have one. So I think I could just replace the key switch, but I think I can also pop out this whole thing. Yeah, it looks like the key switch is quasi-removable in there. It definitely should be. But yeah, we have parts here, which is great. So I had this working key switch, I have this full set, and we should be able to swap that out, then get key start, and we're off to the races. A little bit of prying here. Got this out. Go. Hopefully that's a good one. Okay, we have the battery hooked back up. The battery was good, so technically this thing should fire up. Well, it spins. Doesn't want to run, but key switch works. Try again with a whole bunch of starter fluid. We lose spark or something? We accomplished a lot, but then we took a couple steps backwards here. Maybe the ground I set up is killing it. I'm not sure what you captured there. The battery just died, but I had this thing, you know, tethered here, grounded, but it might have been killing my spark. I'm just gonna leave it dangling and try this again. Kills it with the solenoid, but we got to figure out what. I bet these two things just need to be connected. The two black wires were cut. I think we just need to connect those. I'm not sure why they were cut. So here you have a black wire and a black wire. These, we just gotta connect them. I don't know, someone was probably trying to like bypass the kill, and so they did that. But this should be pretty easy to remedy here. All right, those black wires are touching. Let's try this again. Well, there we go. Engine problems are fixed. All right, let's take a look. Yep. That's what they always look like. These spark plug wires are just barely on there. This one's actually okay, I guess. Yeah, it's pretty bad under there. Well, it didn't want to do it, but it fired up after the pressure wash. Kind of amazed that it even had spark, but it was more just about like a little bit of water getting in the intake. Always seems to be inevitable. Let's swap out these coils. I believe I have 2 used ones that will fit, but these are just really terrible. And then I might need to hit this ground with a little liquid electrical tape. We'll just take a look to see if there's any repairs like that I need to do. We have the engine cover put back on. I drained the old gas, put fresh gas in there. There's no floaties anymore in there, and installed a fuel shutoff and a filter. I don't have a paper filter for this, but that one will be just fine. And I want to fire this up and do a little bit of mowing with it just to test it and see how it does. We have not actually ridden this thing very much, so let's see what she does. It's running really nice. Cuts easily. I don't hear any problems, feel any problems. I think we got ourselves a good tractor here, guys. Okay, I think it's time to remove the mowing deck here. I know the blades are toast on this, so we're gonna need to get blades, and I do want to paint this deck up so that it looks nice. I already placed an order for the air filter, oil filter, comes with spark plugs. I'm looking at blades. Oh yeah, I gotta do seat cover too. I feel like there's another thing I'm looking for. Grass deflector. I don't have one of those, so we'll see if I can find the right part for that too. Look at how bad these blades are. Pretty amazing. The next morning here, and got the belt off, got the belt guides off. We're gonna do some wire wheeling here. Some of these stickers are probably gonna disappear. Sorry for some of those people who really like to see these things hang around. Maybe I'll mask off one of them, but like this one, that's really hard to mask off. This oval one's hard to mask off too. I could do that belt guide one. We'll see. about ready to clean up for the day, and Amazon dropped off a couple of things I ordered. I found this, I don't know, duplicolor acrylic enamel. Colors seem to be decent, so let's give it a try. I got 2 cans, should be enough to do the job here. It's the next morning. Yesterday I ended up doing 2 coats on this thing. The yellow looks good from about 7-8 feet away. I've always said it's really hard to cover with yellow. You just see a lot of imperfections. I bought 2 cans and used both completely. It'd almost be better to have had 3 cans, which is just a little ridiculous, but we're gonna go with this. It looks great. I have the grass deflector coming in the mail today, so but I did get the blades. These are pretty interesting looking blades. Check these out. I went with orange ones. It's kind of a color clash, but yeah, we're gonna get the deck hopefully put back together later today. I'm delivering the Cub Cadet, that's sold, and the 99 Craftsman is getting delivered too, so I got a busy day making some deliveries. But again, that's how I sell most of my machines. Most people don't have the means to get something picked up, so they're always asking for delivery. So that's what we're doing, delivering 2 today. But yeah, let's start putting the belt guides on. We can put the belt on, take these plastic bags off the anti-scalp wheels, and put the blades on. We could do at least that much. There with the deck installation, just because the paint is, believe it or not, still a little bit tacky, and yeah, it's very humid out. It just isn't totally cured, so I'm going to spend a little time this morning fixing up some of the wiring for the headlights, because those, as we saw in the beginning, were frayed. I have the headlight harness here, and it's pretty messed up, missing a bulb. More frayed wires, so we got a little bit of work to do to repair that, so might as well do that while we're waiting for paint to dry. So here's the headlight wires. I used a bunch of liquid electrical tape, then I wrapped them and tidied everything up, and then here I had a wire nut on it before. This is for the ground or the kill switch, and I soldered that and shrink wrapped that, so everything is neat and tidy. Headlights installed, and they do work. I'll show you that later, but we're pretty much done working on the hood. Yeah, it's a little later in the day. The paint is feeling a bit more cured, still just a little bit tacky though, but the grass deflector came in. That's looking nice. So you got to be happy with the way this deck came out. I mean, overall the yellow paint is pretty good. I just see a few spots here or there that kind of catch my eye as like a dark spot where I can almost see like the primer underneath, even though I did 2 cans, you know, 2 coats, but 2 full spray cans. That's all right, I'm pretty happy with it. Looks nice. All right, we're in the shed to do a service on the engine. So let's start with the oil here. Nice easy oil drain. I like these kind. Got our box of goodies here. air filter, oil filter, fuel filter, and some Hypa spark plugs. Nice. Well, here's another instance where we can use some grip tape on this area here that lost its decal and all the pressure washing we did. Wow. Well, once you commit, you kind of commit. All right, it's a little crooked. That's not coming up easy. And here's the solution for the seat. Okay, I'm going to use this. It's Magic Eraser, but it's actually a knockoff brand, and just a little bit of water. And just been super impressed with this lately. How much, not only does it pick up the dirt, but just any stains. Cleans up the decals. Kind of like cleans and polishes and removes blemishes. Always liked it for cleaning things like sinks and bathtubs. Let's see if they'll take up some of this scuff. That one's a deep groove. Well, I'm not super impressed with the way that came out. I think this thing is just pretty dirty still. So probably gonna wipe this down with, I got automatic transmission fluid and paper towels. I'll just give this thing a clean and a shine. is how she turned out. This thing actually turned out really sharp. I like the black and yellow. Even the seat cover kind of played into that a little bit. I mean, from the shape this thing looked like when the video first started to where it is now, this thing really came out great. The 46-inch deck is nice too. This thing mows great. Really got a nice tractor here. 328 hours, is that what it is? Not too bad for a V-twin. It's got plenty of life left. I think someone's gonna get some good mowing done with this tractor. Let's give you guys a demonstration. Oh yeah, the tractor horde, it is here. Some things you haven't seen yet. 4 snowmobiles now. This one I got working. Just been working on all sorts of stuff lately. Well, pardon me if I'm a hot, sweaty mess. This is actually the second tractor I finished today. I just finished the John Deere and now the Craftsman Professional, that PYT 9000. Just parked it over there in the horde. So thank you guys for watching. This thing looked like an absolute mess when I got it. I got it for free, and that just tells you kind of what condition it was. Really looked beat up and had some electrical problems that I was able to solve relatively quickly. And then that just led to, you know, having a good engine, having a good transmission, really having a good mowing deck. Just, we made it as nice as we possibly can without going overboard, without taking every nut and bolt off and restoring every single thing. Just doing enough to let it hit the market again. Let someone buy it, let someone use it, and make a little bit of money selling it for our time and effort and really what it's worth. Like I always say, guys, thank you so much for watching. Trying to do as many tractors as I can this summer. I'm having a blast working on all these machines and making videos for you guys. So more to come. So please like and subscribe. My name is Kyle. The channel is called Kyle by the Creek, and we'll see you guys on the next tractor video. It's all right, guys. A couple days later, got it staged. Someone's coming over to buy it, hopefully. I have this listed for $900, and he said, do you take Venmo? I said, yeah, I do. Well, let's hope he buys it. So we made a deal last night. I'm gonna deliver it about 15 minutes away. We settled on $850 delivered, and I'm getting a broken machine from him. I'll show you what it looks like, but I'm getting a broken machine for him to like make up the difference. So I was asking for $900. I don't have a problem dropping to $850 and delivering, but nice to get a machine too that needs a bunch of work. So I'll show you what we got. And we're back home, and I was going to take this thing off the trailer, but honestly you can see the damage a little better from here. So there's a bunch of brackets that have broken off this deck, at least 3 I think. So I think what happened was a bolt came loose on one of them, and then it just, you know, continued to take damage and vibration, and I think that's fixable though. We should be able to fix it. These are nothing too special, but 6 horsepower rigs, flathead, which is nice. Pull start only. What size is it? 33 inch. And they call these combination decks. They have clocked spindles or pulleys that attach to the spindles, so kind of the blades overlap in an interesting way. If you don't get that right, the blades collide. Pretty interesting machines. They work great. They were well made by Troy Built. Probably a late 90s machine here, so it should sell for a couple $100. Doesn't seem to idle great, but it does rev out. Started right up too, so that's good. So this whole scenario is like the epitome of what I'm trying to do with my channel. I want to show you guys start to finish projects, but I don't always get a chance to show you like the tractor the day I get it, and then selling the tractor, and then getting a piece of equipment in return. But today, with this video, we got that done, so I'm really excited about that, and love showing you guys what I would think is being the complete process here of what I'm trying to do. Get a machine, fix it, flip it, sell it, possibly get something in return. Gives me something more to work on. Well, it's a week and a half later, and I did all the repairs to it. You can see my weld job there. I did that in a couple different places where it was needed, because that deck, well, it even had some holes in the deck. I patched all that up, repainted it. Thing looks really nice now. There was a hole right around here, and I just polished it up, changed the oil, cleaned the carb, sharpened the blades, and she's ready to go now. Everything works as it should. Well, thank you guys for watching. I know you're getting 2 send-offs here, but you're also getting 2 fixed machines. Have a good one. We'll catch you guys on the next video.